सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We'll read the first shloka and then we'll go to the ninth shloka. Vedanta Dindimastatvam ekamudghoshayanti yat astam purastat tejaha dakshinamurti sannitam ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः जीवन्मुक्तस्तु तद्विद्वान् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. So in the ninth shloka, the essence of Vedantic teaching is given. That's why this is very popular, and it has got different versions. One version you might have heard, Shlokardena pravakshyami yaduktam grantha kotibihi brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva napara. This is one version. Here another version, brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva napara. So Brahman is satyam, paramarthika satyam. Brahman is never subject to negation in all three periods of time, in all three avasthas. And Jagat Mithya, the world is unreal. And when people hear this word Mithya, some people have allergy, resistance to this word Mithya. They said, how can you say that everything is Mithya? Is my Ishvara Mithya? Is the Lord whom I am worshipping every day in the temple, is it Mithya? Is my Guru Mithya? My spouse Mithya? And such a beautiful nature, is it Mithya? How can it be so? I am experiencing. If everything is Mithya, then why are you eating rotis? Why are you not eating the stone? So this type of questions are there. Why? Because they have not understood what we mean by the word Mithya. So we clarify a few things, that Mithya does not mean inexperienceable. People think that if something is Mithya, how can you experience? So first of all we tell them, Mithya does not mean not available for experience. In fact, if it is not available for experience, we don't call it Mithya. We have another word for that. It is called Tucham. So Mithya does not mean not available for experience. It is experienceable. Second thing is, people think if it is Mithya, how can it be useful? We say Mithya does not mean useless. So don't think only useless things can be Mithya, useful thing cannot be Mithya. We say useful and useless, both are Mithya. It is not that only useless things are Mithya, both are Mithya. So Mithya is not decided by utility. If something is not useful, so okay, now discard it as a Mithya. That is not our approach. Useful and useless, both are Mithya. Another thing is, people think that when we call something Mithya, we are criticizing it, we are saying that it is inferior, not good. So Mithya word is not a word of value judgment. We are not saying it is inferior, not good, inauspicious. I generally don't like to use the word bad. So Mithya does not mean bad. People think Mithya means we are like abusing somebody or something. The world we are abusing by saying it is a Mithya. No. Mithya is not a word of value judgment. We are not making any value statement of value judgment. So-called good things are mithya and not good things are also mithya. Mithya, Pujya Swamiji very nicely used to say, it is an ontological term. Ontology means what? The discipline of knowledge dealing with being, existence. What is the status of a thing in terms of existence? That is analyzed in the discipline of knowledge called ontology. So ontology is studying what is the status of a thing in terms of existence. Is it existing independently, dependently, or totally non-existent, not available even for experience? So that is the field of ontology. And the word mithya is expressing my understanding in terms of reality, in terms of being, existence. And it has nothing to do with the goodness or otherwise of a thing. So mithya word is an ontological term. It does not give any judgment about the quality of a thing, good or not good. So mithya does not mean something inferior. Superior also is mithya, inferior also is mithya. So mithya conveys the idea of reality, existence, being. It is expressing ontological understanding of a person, of the Shastra. That is why there is no object in the word called mithya. There is no object. We have got ghata, pata, matha, gruham, so many things we have. But you bring me one object called mithya. There is no object called mithya. Mithya is a status of an object, status of the entire world. Mithya is not a particular object. Mithya is the status attributed to the object based on its reality, based on its independent or dependent existence. So mithya is not a word which is denoting any particular object. And when we say Jagat is mithya, what is the significance of it? Why Vedanti has been emphasizing the Jagat mithya? Why don't you only focus on Brahma Satyam? In fact, people say, Swamiji, Brahma Satyam, I don't have any resistance. I accept happily. Brahman is Satyam. Why? Because I am accepting many things to be Satyam. One more thing called Brahman also is Satyam. Tathastu. But Swamiji, why are you after this world and say Jagat mithya? Brahma Satyam enough. Brahma Satyam if you say, you accept, but Jagat mithya if you don't accept, then Brahma becomes one more object in the world. Brahman becomes one more entity. And this Brahman with whom you discover identity is limited. Because there are so many Satyam. Brahman is Satyam, Jagat also is Satyam. You are also Satyam. Then we have got duality. And as long as there is a duality, this samsara is not gone. Samsara cannot go. Therefore we say Jagat Mithya. So Jagat Mithya understanding is important to assimilate Brahman is Advitiyam. Brahman which is Atma is Advitiyam, you can understand only when Jagat is Mithya. That is understood. Therefore we are focusing on Jagat Mithya as well. Now from the next shloka, from 10 to 12. The explanation of the first two statements, Brahma Satyam and Jagad Mithya, these two statements are explained by the next three verses 10 to 12. We'll read 10th shloka. Yannādau vyacchanastyante तन्मध्ये भातमप्यसत् अतो मिथ्या जगत्सर्वम् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः. Yes. यत् न आदौ यत् च न अस्ति अन्ते तत् मध्ये भातम अपि असत् अतः मिथ्या जगत् सर्वम् इति वेदांत डिंडिमः. Before we enter into this, for the previous shloka, what is the Vedanta Dindima? What are the mantras we can refer to? Tat Satyam Sa Atma. So Brahman is Satyam, Tat Satyam Sa Atma. Anyat Sarvam Artam. These mantras, Tat Satyam Sa Atma, Chandogya, Anyat Sarvam Artam, that Brihadaranyaka can be referred to. Alright. These are those who are following very minutely. What is the Vedanta Dindima for this? They would be interested in the mantras. For them, others can ignore happily. Yat na adau. So here, what is the meaning of mithya? Very beautifully presented. Mithya is that which was not there earlier, will not be there later, in between appears. Similar thing is told in Mandukya Karika, very popular. Ada vante cha yannasti vartamanepi tattatha. That was not there earlier, before creation, that which will not be there after creation or after dissolution, in between appears. That is mithya, that is unreal. In Vyavahara we see this very well. Somebody shows so much love to you when you got some money or you got some recognition. Before that he did not have love, attention, appreciation. So before your recognition or richness, love, appreciation was not there. And after some time your recognition is gone for some reason, or money is gone, then love also is gone. In between it appeared. So what is your conclusion? That really that person did not love me. He loved what? He loved by money. So really that person did not have love. Why? Before that it was not there, afterwards also it went away. In between it appeared, it means it is really not there. It was really not there. Even when I thought it was there, it was really not there. Similarly, the Jagat, the world, is Adau. Adau means before Jagrad Avastha, before Srishti. Na, yat na Adau asti. That which is not there before its manifestation, before its creation. In Jagrad Avastha, it is appearing. Before Jagrad Avastha or before Srishti Kala, it was not there. Yat Jagat Adau na. It was not there before. In fact, this is a general definition. Whatever was not there before, yaccha na asti ante, and whatever is not there at the end, means afterwards, tat, that thing, madhye bhatam api. Api means even though, bhatam, appearing, madhye, in between. Even though it is appearing in between, then it is asat. Asat means mithya. So something which was not there before will not be there later on. In between, even when it appears, really it is not there. Asat. Asat means unreal, mithya. In Shastra, the word asat is used in both the sense. One is in the sense of non-existent, totally non-existent, not available for experience, like Shashashrunga, rabbit's horn, that is called asat. And that which is not real, that unreal, is also called asat. So depending upon the context, we have to understand the meaning of the word asat. When we say sad asat bhyam anirvachaniyam, there asat has got the meaning of totally non-existent. And when we say here bhatam api asat, here asat means unreal, mithya. That is why people get confused sometimes. So depending upon the context, we have to understand. So here what is said, that which was not there before will not be there later, in between appears, then also it is not there. And ataha, therefore, sarvam jagat, the entire world is mithya, is unreal. So in the first half of the shloka, general definition of mithya was given. What is mithya? That which was not there earlier, no, will not be there later. In between, even though appears, it is unreal. It is really not there. So that which appears to be there in between, but not there before and later, that is called mithya. Means that really does not exist. Appears to be there, but really does not exist. That is called mithya. Having given the definition of mithya, now it is applied to the world. Therefore, sir, ataha, therefore. What is the meaning of therefore? Prapanchasya api tathatvat. Even this prapancha, the world also is like that. Before Jagrad Avastha, it was not experience. After Jagrad Avastha is gone, not experience. So in between when experience, then also it is really not there. How do you say that this Jagrad Prapancha is not experience in other state? You can understand with this example. You are sleeping in a small room, and in swapna, in dream, you are staying in a big palace. And that time if somebody asks you, where is your small room? Somebody asks, what will you say? Small room is not there, I am staying in a big palace. So Jagrat Prapancha is not available in Swapna. Just as Swapna Prapancha is not available in Jagrat, Jagrat Prapancha also is not available in Swapna. Therefore we give this Anumanam. What? Jagrat Prapancha mithya. Jagrat Prapancha is unreal. Why? Adyantayoho abhanat, abhavat. In the beginning and the end, at the later on, in the later stage, that is not available. Like what? Swapna Prapanchavat, like the dream world. Just as the dream world was not there before, will not be there after dream state, and therefore it is mithya, we know. Similarly, the Jagrat Prapancha also is not there before Jagrat Avastha, will not be there after the Jagrat Avastha is dissolved. And therefore Jagrat Prapancha is mithya. Why? Because the Lakshanam, the characteristics of mithya are fitting well. That which is not there before and after, in between appears, that is mithya. And that is how the world is. Therefore, this world is mithya. Adyantayoho abhavat. Not there in the beginning and the end. People say, Swamiji, but I am seeing this world. How can you say it is unreal? In dream, suppose you are told, say this world is mithya, in a class. In dream also you will have same resistance as you have now. In dream you are eating apple and somebody says this apple is mithya. You will say, no, I am eating. How can it be mithya? Your spouse is mithya, your children are mithya. In dream state if you are told, will you accept? No. So your acceptance or non-acceptance is not going to change the vision of Vedanta or the conviction of the wise people. Majority, Swamiji, majority of people are not accepting. One thing is, majority does not decide the truth. In fact, generally truth is known by minority only. Majority doesn't decide the truth. And therefore, we are not having that particular concern that all are not accepting. Therefore, how can we say Jagat Mithya? It doesn't matter. And even though you have resistance, emotional resistance, or sometimes even resistance based on false logic, but if you inquire with the help of Shastra and Acharya, you will understand Jagat Mithya. You ask as many questions as you want to ask. When Shastra said Jagat is Mithya, Mithya means what? Dependently existing. Mithya means that which is not unnegatable, that which is subject to negation, that which is sad asadbhyam anirvachaniyam. Whichever definition of mithya you like, you take it. That is why we have got different varieties of definition. When we say mithya means it is unreal, people say, I can't accept, that world is unreal. Then we say that mithya means dependently existing. That is okay. So some people we say dependently existing is mithya. Jagat is dependently existing, therefore it is called mithya. That's okay. It happened, one group of some college teachers had come and they asked this question that Swamiji, how can this world be mithya? Vedantis are telling. So it cannot be mithya, Swamiji. So I said, if I explain to you mithya as dependently existing, this world is existing depending upon the existence of Ishvara, Brahman. Is it okay? That is okay. Acceptable. So people have got resistance to certain ideas of mithya. So you are resisting mithya of your understanding. You are not resisting mithya as such. Like some people say, I don't believe in Ishvara who is controlling everybody. So I also don't accept that. So you are rejecting Ishvara of your understanding. You are not rejecting Ishvara as such. So similarly, mithya, if you feel that mithya means unreal, I don't like, then we say mithya means dependently existing. That's okay. Existing, no? First they will say existing, no? Yes. Same thing, dependently existing and not existing independently, substantially, both mean the same. Like you look intelligent and you are not intelligent, both mean the same. But if I say you look intelligent, you like it. Swamiji praised me, you look intelligent. But inside my mind I told you are not intelligent. So that, I don't say that, but both mean the same. See, nowadays, we change these words. Earlier, countries were called undeveloped country. Now what they call? Developing country. Both mean the same. The rate of this economy, this GDP, etc., growth is same. Earlier title was what? Undeveloped country. Now what? Developing country. Both remain the same. Earlier we used to say blind people. Now what we say? Visually challenged people. It's a nice way of saying, in Gujarati we call it Prajna Chakshu. Blind person is called Prajna Chakshu. Prajna Chakshu means one who has got the eyes of wisdom. That's a nice name. But the fact remains the same. So mithya, if you think that unreal, Swamiji, I don't like this word being called unreal. My bank balance is unreal, Swamiji. When I go to the bank, this will he give me money or not? Everything will be there, transaction is available. Mithya does not mean intransactable. Mithya also can be available for transaction. See, all this, the index, BSE and NSE and all these are, they really speaking don't have any physical reality. We decided this will be the benchmark, this will be the companies included, and we are doing all transactions. It does not have any reality, but still available. Your currency, really speaking, what is a piece of paper? Our Modi declared that 2000 not valid, not valid. So, but still available for transaction. So, mithya also can be available for transaction. But it is available for what transaction? Mithya transaction. It is not available for satya transaction. Alright. So, this prapancha jagat is mithya. The entire world is mithya.
Swamiji, we can say one mithya alone can be transacted.
Yes, that is a later on we say. To begin with we say mithya also is available for transaction. Afterwards we say all transactions are mithya. Only mithya can be transacted. Satyam is not available for transaction. It is abhyavaharyam. Alright. Now, in the next shloka, how this jagat is nothing but Brahman. By itself it is mithya, and from the standpoint of essence it is Brahman. That idea is presented based on karya karana prakriya. The next shloka. Ghatakudyadikam sarvam mrittika matrameva cha tatha brahma jagat sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Ghata kudyadikam sarvam mrittika matram eva cha tatha brahma jagat sarvam iti Vedanta Dindimaha. For this, yannado vyaccha nastyante, for that the Shruti Vakya, na tatra rathaha na ratha yogaha neha nanasti kinchana yatra hi dvaitamiva bhavati. Yatra hi dvaitamiva bhavati is a better sentence. Neha nanasti kinchana, we can take it later on. So here these are the Vedanta Dindima. Here 11th shloka, very important prakriya elaborated in Shastra. The karya karana prakriya, otherwise called srishti prakriya. Prakriya means method. Method of communication in the form of description of creation. That is called srishti prakriya, or otherwise called karya karana prakriya. Karya means effect, karana means the cause. So, the communication on reality with the help of the cause-effect model is called karya karana prakriya. Acha, what is done in that? We present that Brahman is karanam. This we saw yesterday. Brahman is karanam, jagat is karyam. And by that what do we reveal? We reveal that this jagat is nothing but Brahman. Because if we analyze, any karyam is substantially karanam only. Karyam is effect. Any effect is nothing but the cause. Cause alone is appearing as the effect with some nama rupa. That is said here, ghata kudyadikam sarvam mrittika matramevacha. Ghata means pot, kudya means wall. See, with the help of mud, they make one mud wall. So, kudya means wall. Adi, etc. means lid, plate. So, etc. Ghata, kudya, adi, ishtika, brick. All of them be sarvam, all of them. And this represents karyam. Any effect such as pot, wall, etc. is mrittika matram eva, is nothing but clay alone. Clay represents karanam, the cause. So in here with the help of example it is shown that effect is nothing but the cause. Pot, etc. are nothing but this clay alone. And here we can take other example. All ornaments are nothing but gold. All furnitures are nothing but wood. The entire body is nothing but Panchamahabhutas. So all effects are nothing but the cause. How do we say so? Because if we analyze any pot or any clay product, if I ask you what is there, you will say pot. But somebody say, no, it is a clay. Now you are saying it is a pot, somebody else is saying it is a clay. It is clay. Now, between you and that person, who is right? No, Swamiji, both of us are right. Then I will ask, who is more right? To begin with. Afterwards said he is alone is right. So, clay is more right because before this pot was born, clay was there. After this pot is broken, clay will be there. And even when pot is there, clay is. Therefore, one who says that clay, it is clay, is more right to begin with. Then we say, Swami, then I am also right. Who am saying that this is a pot, I am also right. Then I will ask this question. Are there two substances, two entities? One is pot, other is clay. Two entities are there. If there are two entities, like we have got clip and this book stand, similarly ghata and mrut, clay and pot, if there are two entities, then what? You can take away pot and leave the clay behind. Which is Swamiji's example you must be doing. Imaginary story. The story is that he was invited to inaugurate one shop, jeweler shop. And so many ornaments were there. And this person said, Swamiji, you take one thing. Swamiji said, I am taking gold. Useful for aim for seva. So, you take everything. You just give me gold. So, if we take gold, will there be anything left out to be called as ornament? There is nothing. Therefore, what is there substantially is gold alone. In this example, clay alone. Mrittika matram, mrittika ityeva satyam. Mrittika alone is there. Then what is this ghata? Something is there, because of which we are having the transaction of ghatamanaya, bring pot, take pot, pot was created, pot was destroyed. All these transactions are there, there must be something. We say that ghata refers to name and its meaning. Which is Swamiji used to say, nama and rupa, name and attributes. And name and attributes do not have existence of their own. So, name and attributes are nothing but clay. Clay alone is appearing in the form of a pot with particular name and form. So, what is this pot? Pot is nothing but name and form. Belonging to whom? Belonging to clay. Attributed to clay rather. So, this ghata is nothing but clay appearing with a particular form, having a particular name. That is the biography of Ghata. What is Ghata? Clay with particular form, having a particular name. And therefore, what you are calling as Ghata is nothing but Vrittika. But this is an example. In Shastra, in Chandogya Upanishad, Vakya is Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadeyam Mrittika Ityeva Satyam. So clay alone is Satyam. So person thinks that the essence of Vedanta is what? Clay is Satyam. The clay is an example. Mrittika iti, that word iti has got the idea of representation. Mrittika iti means the cause such as clay, etc. is Satyam. Mrittika ityeva Satyam. Alright. So here it is a Drishtanta. In Dashtanta what it is? In the thing to be understood, Tatha, similarly. Brahma Jagat Sarvam. Similarly, Brahman alone is the entire world. Why? Because Brahman is Karanam. Brahman is the Karanam, Jagat is Karyam, and Karyam is nothing but Karanam. Therefore, Brahman alone is the entire world. The entire world is nothing but Brahman. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. This is the declaration of Vedanta. Where it is declared? Brahma eva idam vishwam. Vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam. All these vakyas of Vedanta are declaring this fact. Alright. So here one Grantha Granthi is there. Grantha Granthi means one knot of the Vedanta text. Earlier we say what? Jagat is Mithya. Now we are saying what? Jagat is Brahma. So now A is equal to B, B is equal to C, so A is equal to C. Jagat is Mithya. Jagat is Brahma. Therefore Brahman should be what? Isn't it? This is the question, corner question. If you have not understood Vedanta well, this will be the question asked by the Dvaitis. You said Advait ki jai ho, Advait ki jai ho. Advait ka janda leke ghumenge to. So when you are having the flag of Advaita, you will be asked this question. What? Brahman, you are saying that Jagat Mithya. You are saying or not? You will say yes, yes. Shloka number 9 you will say Jagat Mithya. And you are also saying Jagat Sarvam Brahma. So world is Brahma. So A is equal to B, B is equal to C, therefore A is equal to C. Jagat is Brahma, Jagat is Mithya, therefore Brahman should be what? Mithya. Do you mean to say Brahman is Mithya? So Jagat is Mithya, Brahman is Mithya. Then what will be the situation? Shunyavada Prasangaha. Nihilism. That zero is the hero of Vedanta. Means void is the ultimate reality. Atma also is not there, Anatma also is not there. Both are Mithya. Therefore, what is Satyam? Nothing is Satyam. That type of situation will come. So, how do we answer that? We answer that when we say Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma, Jagat is Brahma. This statement is called Samanadikaranya Vakya. A Vakya, a sentence conveying Samanadikaranyam, apposition. And this is a Badha Samanadikaranya. Means this apposition of Brahman and Jagat is based on the negation of Jagat. So when we say Jagat is Brahma, what we mean is really Jagat is not there, Brahman alone is there. Really Jagat is not there. What is Brahma. And therefore, this Jagat being really not there, and that Jagat which is really not there is called Mithya. What is the problem? When we say Jagat is Brahma, what should be the message derived? Message to be derived is Jagat is Brahma is equal to Jagat is really not there, Brahman alone is there. This is the message of Sarvam Brahma. Sarvam Brahman doesn't mean that Sarvam has got some attribute of being Brahman, or Brahman has the attribute of being Sarvam. Sarvam Brahman should be understood as Sarvam Nasti, Brahma eva asti. If this is the meaning of Sarvam Brahma or Jagat is Brahma, then there is no contradiction with Jagat being Mithya. World is unreal, Jagat Mithya. One sentence. Other sentence message is world is really not there, Brahman alone is there. Between these two sentences, where is the problem? There is no problem. So, Brahma is Jagat or Jagat is Brahma. Message is not that Jagat has got a particular status, the status of being Brahman, or Brahman has the status of being Jagat. By Jagat being Jagat is Brahman, what we mean is Jagat is really not there, Brahman alone is there. Since this is the message, there is no contradiction with Jagat being Mithya. In fact, this is an explanation. When we say Jagat is Mithya, what we mean is Jagat is really not there, what is really there is Brahman. Therefore, there is no contradiction. Alright. Now, in the next shloka, a possible question is being answered. That if Brahman is the cause of everything, Jagat is the effect, then we should be able to appreciate some features of the cause in the effect. So, everywhere we should see what? Brahma, Brahma, Brahma. Like all products of clay, pots or the lids or the lamp or the brick and all, in all products we are seeing the features of clay. Similarly, if Jagat is the effect and Brahman is the cause, as you are saying, then we should be able to see the features of Brahman in Jagat. But we are seeing this Jagat does not have any, this Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma we are not seeing. For that possible question, answer is given in the next sentence. Satta Spurana Saukhyani Bhasante Sarvavastushu Tasmad Brahmamayam Sarvam Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Satta Spurana Saukhyani Vasante Sarva Vastushu Tasmat Brahmamayam Sarvam Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. So, Vedanta is revealing this vision. If you analyze, any object has got 5 features, beautifully presented in Drik Drishya Viveka. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chetyamsha panchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tato dvayam. Any object, for example this pot. Pot asti is available as is. Whether it has got independent existence or not, that's later on. But it is available experientially how pot is. Like whether you have got borrowed money or your own money. When you buy You go to buy something, they will not ask, is it your money or borrowed money? When you go to buy ticket for flight, will they ask you? Will not ask. Is it borrowed money or your own money? Experientially speaking, pot is. Because people will say, Swami, just now you said pot does not exist. So therefore I have to resolve that mind. So experientially speaking, pot is asti. And we can say asti exists only when bhati, it is evident. If something is not evident, you cannot say it is. No, Swamiji, you can say that. If you allow me to say, then what will I say? 100 elephants are standing in this hall. Swamiji, where? We are not seeing. No, you are not seeing, but they are there. But Swamiji, if you are not seeing, how can you say they are there? Just now you told me, you can say asti without bhati. So, we have to accept this. You cannot say something is unless it is bhati, evident. Now here one thing we should note, and that is, bhati does not mean it should be seen by your eyes. It can be heard by your ears, it can be touched by your tactile organ, or it can be inferred by some linga. It can be presumed by arthapatti. It can be arrived at by upamanam. It can be arrived at by shabda pramanam. So, when we say that bhati does not mean all the time shining through the eyes only. Bhati is a very wide term. Bhati means evident through any pramana, through any means of knowledge. So, this pot is and pot bhati, shines, is evident. So, satta, existence, sphuranam, shining. Now, when we say shining, you should not think that the object should be shining. This clip also is not shining in regular sense, but in Shastriya language it is called sphuranam, shining, evident, being evident. Third one is little controversial for many people, and that is what? Saukhyam. Saukhyam means happiness. Sukham eva saukhyam. Swarthe shai pratyaya. Those who are grammar people, for them, Sukham eva saukhyam. Happiness. Saukhyam in Tamil, then Saukhyama. That's Saukhyam. So, Saukhyam means happiness. This pot has got some utility. That utility is manifestation of Saukhyam. Fourth is Nama. We have got a name, pot. And it has got some attribute, Rupam. So, Asti is Bhati, it is evident, it is useful, Priyam, Saukhyam, name, pot, and it is having some attribute, form, and other attributes. So, it has got these 5 features. Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam. The first 3 are manifestation of Brahman. Asti, Bhati and Priyam. Satta, Spurana, Saukhyani. They are what? Brahma Lakshana. Brahman, which is there behind everything, is manifesting in the form of this Satta, Asti, Spurana, being evident, and Saukhyam, utility. Bhasante. Bhasante means appear, available to know, manifest. Sarva vastushu, in all objects. So, in all objects, existence, shining and happiness, bhasante, appear, manifest. Tasmat, therefore. Therefore means what? In everything, existence, consciousness and this happiness are evident, available, and Brahman is Satchid Ananda, therefore. So, 2 reasons. In everything, Satta, Spurana and Saukhyam are available, and Brahman is Satchidananda, therefore, Sarvam Brahmamayam. Everything is having Brahman as their essence. Brahmamayam literally means product of Brahman. Product of Brahman means having Brahman as their essence. Eitadatmyam idam sarvam in Chandogya very beautifully said. Everything is having this Brahman as their Atma. That is the meaning of Sarvam Brahmamayam. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Everything is having Brahman as their essence. Iti Vedanta Dindimaha. This is the declaration of Vedanta. Here people may have some question. What? Swamiji, Sarva Vastusu, how can you say? Keshuchit Vastushu, you can say. In some things, Satta, Spurana, Saukhyani, Bhasante. Okay. Satta, Spurana, people don't have objection. Something is and something is shining. Enna problem? Problem illa. Ille. Problem is not there. But Swamiji, Saukhyam, whatever I have discarded in a garbage, in a dustbin, does it have Saukhyam? It has Saukhyam, I would not have. So, after eating the fruit as a peel, I have thrown away. Is that doesn't have Saukhyam? How can you say Sarva Vastushu? When you remove your dustbin, put in some garbage yard, there are animals coming. In fact, we have regular visitor in the form of elephant to garbage yard. We have spent lot of money for making garbage yard. Still not enough. The elephant goes there and something it finds. It means what? Saukhyam is there. You could not find them Saukhyam, but elephant could find it. We have many scrap dealers. Scrap means what? Something which you don't find Saukhyam in it, but they are utilizing it. And therefore, what our answer to that question, that Swamiji, everything doesn't have Saukhyam. Whether Saukhyam is there or not, it depends upon your perception, your background. Something may be looking very useless, some sand, but afterwards we find that it's a rare earth material. Very, very expensive and very important thing. So from that they make all magnet and controlling the whole world. And therefore, what is useful or useless cannot be decided universally. It cannot be decided by one person. Everything is useful. In fact, if it was not useful, it would not have manifested. You know, the whole universe is the manifestation based on the karma of jivas. And therefore, if something had no use at all, it will not have manifested. And therefore, you may not be knowing, something may not be useful to you, but it is useful to somebody. And depending upon your karma, the utility or non-utility will be evident to you. Something you find useful, something you don't find useful, based on your background. But you cannot say in absolute sense that this is useless for everyone. Nothing. Even disease. Suppose if somebody disease also is a thing, no? Sarva Vastusu. Swamiji, in disease what Saukhyam is there? You ask the doctor. Doctors tell that, Swamiji, the summer season is not good for us. You know why? Because in summer all bacteria die and so people don't come. COVID, what Saukhyam for so many people, you know that? COVID. So many people say, Swamiji, Ramba Saukhyam.
There is an article, Swamiji. Thieves are keeping the economy going.
Yes. So therefore, everything has got Saukhyam. Only thing you have to discover. They say that Beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Ah. So Saukyam is like that. So Saukyam is there in everything. You can think over that. What is the thing which you find it is useless in absolute sense? You find out and tell me tomorrow. We'll give you one prize. We'll give you one pot. All right. So Saukyam is there in everything. May manifest, may not manifest. But it is there in everything. And that Satta Spurana Saukyam are manifestation of Sat Chit Ananda Brahma. Therefore we can happily say what? Sarvam Brahmamayam. Re Re Sarvam Brahmamayam. This is very important declaration. This is the vision of Vedanta. Vedanta is accommodating all, as Swamiji said this morning, because in our vision everything is Brahmamayam. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Everything is manifestation, mithya manifestation of Brahman. With Nama Rupa Upadi, Satyam Brahman is appearing as the world. Because of what? Because of Maya. So, because of Maya, Brahman appears as the world. In fact, very definition of Maya is that. Miyate Brahma Jagad Rupena Pradarsyate Anaya iti Maya. What is Maya? Maya is that because of which Brahman appears as the world. That which makes Brahman appear as the world is Maya. Therefore, Brahman alone is. Everything is Brahman alone. Therefore, we are Brahmavadi because we say Brahman is everything. Maya is everything is not our Siddhanta. Brahman is everything is our Siddhanta. Brahman alone is appearing as all. Brahman has not become all. Brahman appears as all. And that vision Vedanta Dindimaha. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.